back to my channel. My name is Lynette. If you're new here, welcome. I'm going to be showing you guys my boys' toy organization and storage. I feel like my system is nothing fancy and it's nothing like very out of the ordinary, but I figured I would just show you guys. I try to keep things as manageable as I can, and by that I mean I like to be able to pick up like their toys, say they're in one room or whatever, like downstairs here. I like to be able to pick up their toys within 5 minutes or a little more. To me, that is really important. I don't like to spend a lot of time picking up toys, and the more they have, the more they just like to throw things around. Am I the only one? I don't know. I feel like if there's so many toys around, they're just more apt to just throw it and, you know, be wild. They're kind of wild anyway. So yeah, I feel like I want to keep it to a manageable amount. And I have them in, I have a main area upstairs like a playroom, and then downstairs here in the living room is kind of the main areas where we have their toys. I do have some things in storage, but not a lot. And I don't feel like it's an unmanageable amount what we have. And I'm constantly like purging and, you know, going through things. And because they always bring more toys in, at least that's how I find it. So, yeah. I think it's just important to keep after it and to be able to keep things as simple as possible. So I'm just going to show you what we have going on. Okay, so I'm sure you guys have seen my living room here if you have watched my channel for any amount of time, but this right here is where I keep all of their toys that are downstairs, at least for the most part, the ones that they play with on a regular basis. I have a big basket. I had gotten this at Home Goods. And this is usually just kind of the random things like their trucks and, well, here you can see a football, just kind of random bigger items, more or less kind of, yeah, cars and trucks, I guess. But I have this thing and it does vary a lot. Like I'll have different things in there, or they'll bring stuff downstairs. So I have that thing. And then this cabinet is from IKEA, if you're not familiar with it. The brown baskets come from there as well. And the other two don't exactly fit, but I've had them for a while and I've gotten them at Hobby Lobby. So in this basket I have some books. They have a bunch more upstairs, but we kind of have some down here to look at. And then in this basket we have their trains, their Thomas trains, and oh, a random pair of sunglasses. But they are Thomas the Tank Engine fanatics, if you do not know that. And my dad kind of likes to spoil them a little bit. We've collected some here and there. But anyway, this is where we have just kind of trains and maybe a couple little tractors here and there. But that's what we keep in there. And then in the bottom, I have all of their like animals. They have lots of dinosaurs and just other random animals that I like to keep in here. And oh, I found another pair of sunglasses. In the other bin, I have their Duplo Legos that they like to play with. So yeah, this is how I keep it separated. Basically, it's just Legos, animals, trains, and books, and then random other things. So it's easy for them. They know where things go, and yeah, it's very simple. It's just able to kind of sort things by category, and it usually kind of stays like that unless they're kind of in a hurry to put things away. They'll just, you know, ram them into certain places, but for the most part that's how it stays. The second place we have most of the toys is up here in the playroom. It's just kind of an open room between the two bedrooms. So we have their Thomas train table here that they use quite a bit. They go in spurts, but like I said, they're Thomas fanatics, so they have train stuff up here and then more trains downstairs. So in this bin, we had gotten this recently. It was a yard sale find. There was a bunch more tracks to add to it. So I have that thing sitting on the side. But then this cabinet is from IKEA as well. And the bins are from Walmart. I don't know if they still carry this kind or not, like the pattern, but I think they were under $5 for sure. So this is what I've got going on as far as their toy storage. Let me just show you what I have in them. Now, these tags here are actually not current. Like, we used to have some different types of things in there, and I think we switched some stuff around, and so yeah, I should have updated the name. But in any case, I did have them labeled, and that's really handy if you have bins that are not see-through, if you can label them. Alright, So here I've got their Fisher-Price toys, just little people, that kind of thing. And the bottom I've got some books, and these bins here are not very full, and they kind of vary from time to time, but I just have that there to throw little items in. The bottom is kind of cars and trucks. They've got a couple cars, a couple trucks in there, and then this bag is filled with like Hot Wheels cars, like the little cars that they play with like all the time. This thing is often downstairs, but right now it's up here, so you know, they just have their little cars in here, and I like that because they can get lost so easily, and so having them in a little bag like this is very easy to clean up and even take with you if you want. The bottom shelf just has the Fisher-Price bus there, and then here is more of the Fisher-Price toys. They don't all fit in one, so I put them in two. These here are empty, I think. Might be a notebook or something in one. And then right here is their play food, their Melissa and Doug, their wooden stuff. We don't actually have a kitchen yet, but hopefully someday. However, they do play with it some. So I have that in there. Alright, and the top of the cabinet does not have that much on it. I've got a map over there, and then a little table for them to sit at. And then here is another basket for just some stuffed animals. They don't have a lot of those. We really don't collect a lot. And then I have a bat and their horse and a little car ramp. Here to the other side, they have their barn that they play with occasionally. Kind of varies from time to time, but that thing just usually sits out. And yeah, as you can see, it's a chalkboard wall, but actually it's also magnetic. Yeah, we really like it. It's actually a piece of metal, galvanized metal, that I just painted with chalkboard paint, so it's magnetic as well, and there's a lot of scribbles on there right now. So that is the majority of their toy storage and organization. One bookshelf in their room where we have the rest of their books, at least for the most part, I think. So yeah, that is where I have that. The other place I do have some things is this cabinet here. It's in the guest room. I do have a couple of puzzles and some magnets and some things like that, but they don't play with it like on a regular basis, so that's where I have that. Okay, I hope you all enjoyed seeing what I have as far as organization. Like I said, it's nothing fancy. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful. If you're new here, I would love if you would subscribe. I know you guys probably hear that in every video, but really it does help. And yeah, I'll just leave it at that, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye!